Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. It's time for the interview with STU Armstrong. Ladies and gentlemen, the legend in the Newcastle area, especially Scotswood as well. How's it going, Stu? How's the business going, the interviewing and the radio station and all that?
Not too bad. It's certainly picking up. I was quite surprised to see you here the day, but as I always say, there ain't no show without Brian.
Thank you very much. But like you see, you start off these little venues, you know what I mean? Then you get big on that Box Nation, Sky and everything. But I always like come back to these ones because they're genuine people and they're great boxing fights as well because, you know, red collar, blue collar, no matter who they are, they're getting the scrap.
Massively. It's it's leading on to some pretty good things as well. A little plug here for Mercury Sport TV. On the 4th of May, which is Bank Holiday Monday at 8 o'clock, live on mercurysport.tv. I'm interviewing Dave Radford and James McCrory on a question and answer session in the BKB. So, I mean, to me, this is where it's at between BKB and the white collar events, the up and coming skill, and I love it.
Brilliant. Now, how did you get into it though? You know, how did you do your own radio station now, very successful and that, and get all these people to interview now, all the famous people in the boxing world and around the country and that. How did you get into the radio?
It was a complete fluke. I'd written a couple of books and I got invited by Paul Green up on the radio in Northumberland to do an interview, and he invited us for another one, and then he dropped hints we're looking for presenters, and as a joke I said, oh, I'll do it. So I agreed to do it. I thought, know nothing about this. And my first interview was actually Ken Shamrock, and just for a laugh I was sitting at work when it was announced he was going to fight bare knuckle with James Quinn. Now I know James quite well, so I just fired off an email through Ken Shamrock's website just for a laugh. Had a good laugh about it at work. If you'd seen my face when Desi's manager came back to us, and the next thing we were doing it, so it's been fantastic.
And Shamrock, great, the UFC is a legend, you know. Ian Freeman as well, they all have a little bit of a rivalry. They don't really like each other, you know what I mean? And do you believe that Cam Shamrock is scared of Ian Freeman?
Well, I think most people are. I know Ian not very well, and he's an absolute gentleman, but I certainly wouldn't like to get in the ring with him. And say what you want about Ken, he has ducked them time and time again. So
I don't think it's going to happen, but like you say, Ian Freeman, you know, I think a lot of people dislike Ian Freeman because of his success. Like I work for the guy as well, and, you know, I can't praise him enough. Like he's a lovely guy. People don't know the other side of Ian Freeman, you know, because once you work with him and you see that side of him, you think, God, why do people say this about him? And I think there's a lot of jealousy in the sport, you know what I mean? Especially when you're up that level, because he's done got a T-shirt, he should be in the Hall of Fame and everything. And Shamrock, a legend, you know, when the UFC, when the Gracies were in the UFC as well, I used to watch them. No matter what weight you were, you got in, you fought, and the last man standing. And now it's getting better. There's great Northeast rivalry, you know, it's the Steve Ray, the Phil Jeffries, not rivalry with them, but what I'm saying is Dyer, Mark, Cozell and all them, all know them and that. And boxing's coming back, in it, to be fair, it's a big sale.
Come back to this area massively, and I think it's a really exciting time to be a fighter or a boxing fan. It's really good. Just to say about Ian Freeman, you're saying like he's a nice guy, how I got to know him. Just because I'm cheeky, I inbox loads and loads of celebrities, say, look, I've written these books, do you want some for free? But, you know, Shy Ben's getting out. You've got to take some photographs and advertise them for us. And he sent a reply saying, I don't really read books, but if you want to send them, by all means, I'll help you advertise them. I'll not read them, but I'll help you advertise them. And I sent them over, and he sent us all these photographs holding them, and he's really helped sort of promote my books from not knowing the man. So he's an absolutely great guy, to be honest.
That's a great start, that. Now, the Commonwealth champion, Anthony Babyface Nelson, wow, what a fight, now on the Joshua. Now, I think Anthony Joshua, fair dues, I'm not, you know, he's a great kid, got the skills, got the build and all that, and he will be heavyweight champion. But is there anybody out there for him?
I can't say there really anybody at the minute. I really don't think there is. Everybody seems to be wanting to be in on the act, but I don't know, he's
a big, strong guy, and I don't think he's all going to be, but the people who's boxing now, is it just to build a fan base up, do you think?
I think it's a combination of building up the fan base and trying to gain him some more experience. I mean, he's massively talented, but as everybody knows, you've got to sort of, you've got to get there, you've got to sort of prove your worth, and you learn as you go on. But I don't think there's anybody who will touch him, to be honest.
It was a great atmosphere at the arena. The Northeast crowd really got behind Joshua, got behind Anthony Babyface Nelson, and all the local lads. John Lewis Dickinson, he's come back, he won that belt.
I was over the moon for John. I was going for Travis Main, bit of a shocker. But I mean, I know John. Again, John's somebody else that was promoting books in the same way. He mustn't be that bright though, because he said they were good. But I was absolutely over the moon. I couldn't be at the show. I was still working on the tour, and I got a text off Paul Charters telling us what had happened, and I was just jumping up and down, screaming for John, like I'm over the moon for him.
It was class for Johnson, but then again on the downside, Travis, did he take the fight too lightly? Was, you know, because he is a hard man, he gets in there, he fights, and he wants to knock people out in that, but was he just a bit lackadaisy, do you think?
I really don't know. It was. I think it was a complete shocker. I don't know. Maybe he was underestimating his opponents. I don't know. But
He got some great shots, and it happened. That things happened. Jeff Saunders, what do you think about Jeff Saunders? He could become a protege for Steve Ray.
he's coming up for his second fight, isn't he? Next Friday night. So I'll be looking forward to that.
He's got a lot beyond like his brother because he's got a lot to live up to expectations. You know what I mean? Do you think he'll do that?
I think he will. I definitely think he's got the talent to, but it's got to be hard. Just turning pro, what's it's going to be his second fight, and he's got Bradley Saunders as his name. Well, yeah, I'm sure he's proud of his family name, but it's going to make it all the more difficult for him. Like,
I think what's good is his mum's a lovely woman, Leslie. She promotes him brilliant. She does a great job in that. Hopefully he will be successsul. STU ARMSTRONG, ladies and gentlemen, just a couple of words from the man himself, the legend of Newcastle, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, he's a journalist. He's an interviewee. He's a presenter. He's bada boom, bada bing, bada bang. It's time. Bye for now. Well done. Brilliant.